We're reviewing Loom videos from the business analysts that applied for our role. So we had 372 applicants for a business analyst role in 2 days, which is pretty insane. So what we normally do in round one, we get to scan the resumes, and then instead of interviewing about 100 people, Maria first kind of goes through the resumes, make sure to look for people that kind of fit the requirements that we have. LinkedIn does a great job. We can sort of set questions and requirements on LinkedIn, so it kind of pre-filters it, but we still like to go through it, look through their profiles, etc., and then kind of get an initial list of people that we think have good enough experience to then kind of move into the first round. Couple of things are happening. Business analysts hiring process is continuing on pretty well. Interviewed about 15 people. Right now, got 15 more to go through. We're continuing with a really large deal that's in progress. It's a company to do about $20 billion in revenue, so Fortune 500 company. Name cannot be said yet, but hopefully we'll be able to say it soon. We're continuing with that sales process, and then we had the glass panels come in, so our conference room is getting set up, and just finalizing some other things around the office that need to get set up, some wall panels, some carpets and stuff like that, kind of miscellaneous stuff that needs to get set up.
All right, so today we're onboarding a new developer on project for one of our existing clients. So up until today, we had Phil working on that project exclusive. I was helping out a bit, but now we're introducing new forces. So previously we discussed briefly about the client, about the project itself. Philip gave Matko a brief intro to the technology that was then developed, and basically Philip, you already shared some insights with Matko in terms of technical stuff?
I shared some technical stuff with Matko. So he joined GitHub project as a collaborator. I have shared internal documentation that was needed for that project. And we assigned first feature for him. I will mentor him on that, so that it's an easier feature currently, so he will get up to speed fast and I guess to be correct.
So we had like 372 applicants, and we rated 155 a good fit or a maybe.
Yeah, so out of 370, we had about 155 go into the first round, where we liked their resumes and we thought they had good enough experience to kind of move into our process. So instead of then meeting with 155 people, what we normally do is we ask people to send a Loom video, 2-3 minute video. It can be literally a selfie video or a Loom video explaining why they applied to the role and why they think they would be a good fit for this position. So we sent out about 150 of those emails, and I think we got we got like 60 back.
Yeah,
so usually the reason that's a really good filter, because when you request people to film a video of themselves, there's going to be a large percentage of them that just won't. The business analyst role at OpsKings is one of the crucial roles, because the role itself is what makes the company different from all other kind of automations and IT companies that are potentially our competitors. The business analyst role itself is responsible for figuring out what is the problem that is the most pressing and what is the problem that is the most worth solving for our clients. And then in the process of talking to the client and managing that relationship, that's where we figure out, all right, this is the thing we need to solve with technology. So that then goes to our dev team. So the business analyst role, the reason we put so much effort into hiring the right people and people with the right experience is because it makes all the difference. It goes from, it makes a difference between OpsKings being an order taker, right? People coming to us like, hey, I want to build this thing, and we saying, yes, we're going to build it for you, to us being the consultants and actually helping out the company figure out what is the crucial problem to fix in the first place, right? So that's why the business analyst role is so important, and that's why by doing this process properly and going through the right candidates and picking the right candidate is so high leverage and important for us. Great to meet you. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for sending over the video. We obviously watched over it. We like your resume, like your background, like your experience. And this is basically our first round of interviews out of 2, right? So as you saw on the calendar event, this is a case interview for us. So basically the thing that we're testing here is your ability to communicate with clients, but also your ability to analyze a specific business and their problems. And then the second round of interview is basically a partner level interview with me and Ryan, where it's more culture fit, expectations, how does the job role work / look. So I would say this first interview is, knowing you come from recruiting, this would be like the technical interview first in our process, and then the second one, if you do a good job on this one, is more around culture fit and the job itself. To give you the context on the client, me and Ryan just closed a client. They are industry, so they sell coaching. They're doing about $30 million a year, and they originally came to us because their founder, who kind of built out the entire company, said they have a great sales system, they have a great marketing system, but their fulfillment system is not up to the level of their sales and marketing system. So they came to us with that problem. We sold them on it that we can fix it. And that's pretty much the level of context that we would, I'd say, give a business analyst. So we can hop into the call. I'm going to be John and Ryan's going to be Bob, let's say. And we're from this great company. So I'll let you start the call. Awesome. We'll let you know as soon as we have some more interviews, but I expect like Thursday, Friday next week you get an answer from us for round 2 or not. If round 2 happens, round 2 is more, all right, here's life at OpsKings, here's culture fit, here's what we're expecting, and kind of getting, this is like the technical portion of it. We have to go because we got a next interview wrapped up. It was really, really, really great meeting you, and best of luck, and hopefully we talk in the future.
Okay, so one of our recent deals is with a company that's operating in the medical education industry in Canada, United States, and basically all across the globe. So as a part of our process, we sort of built out a prototype that will help them visualize the technical solution that we'll be able to implement for them if the deal goes through. So we're basically doing their entire medical education operations, which includes handling the events, handling medical conferences that they host or attend. It includes managing all of the consultants that they have in the system, who should they invite as a speaker. They're also tracking all of the event attendees that we have in here, so we can basically see which doctor was at which specific event, which specific conference, which specific lab, what was the specific rating that they gave to a speaker, to an event themselves. It's also tracking some of, I would say, minor things, but are not minor because they're super important for them for organizing, so like dietary restrictions of event attendees and so on and so on. One key aspect of this system is gonna be shipping the right products. So since they're also doing creating medical products, they use those events as a way of promoting those products and ultimately is eventually selling them to customers. So what we're trying to build and what we build a prototype for is sort of like an inventory management system. So let's say you have a specific product that is currently being presented at a certain conference in New York, for example. The goal of the system would be to basically determine when do you need to ship that product out to the next conference or back to the warehouse. So for example, if you need to ship something from New York to New Jersey, conference ends on Thursday, 8 p.m. in the evening, what would be the ideal time to ship the product to next location in order for it to arrive?
All right, so you're going to now see how we go from doing a company brain and a full process analysis and operations audit and kind of turning that into a demo-ready deck that we're going to do with the client later on today. So all we're doing right now is just putting some finishing touches on the deck that we prepared. So we've done a lot of process mapping. So we have an entire company brain, we have a detailed list of use cases, and we have the strategy document that are already been completed. And all we're doing is just putting some nice finishing touches on that, putting that into a presentation that we're gonna show to the client later on. So this is now the fun part, because all the hard work's already been done. All the calls have been completed, all the process analysis, all the strategy document writing has been done, all the use cases have been done. Now it's just putting some finishing touches. There we go. Lugar's here. Are we waiting on anyone else? David's on first stage for his driving thing. Rolf mentioned he won't be able to make it, so I think we're all.
Produce a lot of really good knowledge internally. We produce a lot of like marketing that gets lost. We're sharing great advice with clients. We're building cool things. We have smart people who are like sharing insights with each other, and we just need to like produce that and share that. And just by doing no extra work really than we are now, we'll be more popular, right? So, yeah, that's the goal. Trying to work on some systems for that, and got a script for it. Tony produced in a couple of prompts, a couple of hours max. And,
all the communication in Slack, calls, or verbal in the office. You need to think marketing. So, because Ryan's going to give you, if your Slack message doesn't have a good hook, he's not going to be happy about it. So,
yeah, I'm just gonna randomly screenshot stuff and tweet it.
So if you want to ask a question to Ryan, you need to phrase it like a YouTube thumbnail. You're like, here are 7 ways why you need to help me with this system. 100% guaranteed. Like that.
100% guaranteed. Comment, send to book a meeting.
That's been the week. Great stuff. If anything else pops up, let us know, and let's keep at it.